That was weird. I thought it was doing pretty good, and then it just kind of shit on us. Probably your stuff updating again, Kyle, like it always does.
Bullshit.
I'm alive again.
There we go. All right, so let's talk shit about the Vols, I guess.
Man, I talked all the shit I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because legit, we got the
Kansas transfer.
Tennessee got the Kansas the Kansas and the Texas transfer. I think Tennessee got another transfer. Smaller kid. But
I know we have I think it was 17 people who've already transferred and are gone, and there's another 6 still in the portal, and I think I read that we got 5 or 7 overall.
Yeah, I think Sandberger's in the portal.
But that counts Hendon Hooker and the quarterback from what's that other quarterback's name we just got?
Milton.
Milton, yeah.
Oh, we got Mackenzie Milton?
No.
Oh.
It's a kid from Michigan. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what?
Now, McKenzie Milton would be cool.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't worry about this. If you watching, we're just fixing shit.
I'm trying, man.
Hey, no, this is a real show. Screw y'all.
Behind the scenes.
We don't give a damn. Yeah. This is in front of the scenes. We don't give a shit.
I don't know why the mic isn't turning. Oh, well. So, yeah, I mean, the Tennessee Heupel guy, I mean, do you guys think he's going to be pretty good?
I think
Offensively, yeah. Offensively, I do.
But,
I don't know if you can fix that defense that quick.
No. The
I don't know
defense
if
is going to
it's
suck.
fixable at all.
No, Tennessee going to give about 45 points a game. Hey, I mean, like Bowling Green, legitimately, I think it's like first game of the year. Tennessee might beat them by 30 and still give up 40 points.
No, okay. I read that their defense last year was ranked 130th.
Who? Bowling Green?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
we
We might
should-
put up 70
Yes,
and still
yeah.
win by 30. I'm being dead serious.
I don't think our defense is that bad.
I think it's bad.
It's bad in the SEC, but we held some pretty good offense at the little amount of points. We gave up 24 points to Kentucky, and 3 of them were pick sixes.
34 points.
3 of them were pick sixes.
Okay, cool. They still got points for that.
But that wasn't our defense.
I'm so glad that's Washington State's problem.
We did lose half our defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
It might be for the best, though. Maybe they're the players
Sean
that
Sandberger's
won.
transferring, too.
Again. That's the second time he's in the portal. We had one guy that was in the portal come back. It was another DB, like Brendan Davis or something like that. And then we had...
how much has that kid played?
We had a walk-on enter the transfer portal, but he was a 3-star, which is really weird.
Yeah.
The preferred walk-on.
Yeah, but he was a 3-star, which I was like, why is he a walk-on at 3 stars? He could have played at a lot of places on scholarship.
You would think so.
But, hey, he loved the Vols, but apparently not.
Yeah, not enough, right?
Yeah.
Now, see, that was one thing I do want to talk about. Like Henry To'oTo'o transferring to Alabama. I know that was a big talking point for a lot of people. And I know, here's my problem with it. I don't care that Henry transferred. And I don't care that Henry transferred to Alabama. My problem is the past coaching regimes, and I don't know how this one is yet, but the past coaching regimes have went out and they've gotten kids that don't have the type of mentality that I do, that shit ain't okay. I want kids that want to play for the University of Tennessee, and I want kids that want to win for the University of Tennessee. I'm not so much mad at Henry T. I'm really not.
You're telling me you're recruiting 5-star hearts?
No, I'm just recruiting kids that give a shit. I'm recruiting kids that give a shit. Now, you can say the 5-star heart thing. Man, you completely pissed me off with that. I hate Bush Jones so much. But no, for real, legit. But like the kids like Juwan Jennings and Trey Smith, they could have went somewhere else.
Absolutely.
And they didn't. And when you've got kids like Henry To'oTo'o, he wants to go somewhere else, and that's fine. Whatever. That's who you are. That's okay. I don't even care if it's not about the generation or whatever to me. I don't care about none of that. What I care about is going out and finding more kids. I'll take a kid that is a 3-star over a 4 or a 5-star because he wants to be here, instead of these kids that you got to give them a bigger McDonald's bag full of money to get them to come.
Okay, and at the same time, if you knew you were a part of some recruiting scandal and you wanted to leave, why would you not go to Alabama? I mean, you're gonna have more people watching. You're gonna get drafted probably higher than you would at Tennessee now.
If he plays.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he'll play. He'll play.
Special teams?
No, he'll play.
The man, they got 5 stars on top of 5 stars over there that have already been in the system. I'm not saying Henry To'oTo'o can't play, but I am saying that for me to sit here and act like he's going to walk in and he's going to be the best guy they got, no, you can only put 2 middle linebackers on the field at the same time, and sometimes just one.
I mean, that's true.
And I know they've got 5 stars all over the place that have already been in the defense, that already know what to look for.
But do you not think he would have thought that through and been like, hey, why would I go somewhere that's got a bunch of players that I'm not even going to play?
I don't think he ever thought about it because his daddy kept telling him.
Second, third stringers get drafted from Alabama.
Exactly. Exactly. No, you're right. But his dad wanted him to go to Alabama. That's what I was told. And so that was a big part of it. Henry just kind of accepted the fact that he didn't want to be at Tennessee anymore, and he accepted the fact that his dad kept shoving Alabama down his throat, and so he went with it. And that's fine. I don't give a shit what Henry did. I really don't.
I mean, I'm not mad at him, but I'm not going to root for him.
No, I don't. No, of course I'm not going to root for him. He's wearing that god awful red color. I don't give a damn about anybody in Alabama. I don't. I don't care. Auburn, none of them. If you don't wear orange, you're not playing for Tennessee. I don't care. I'm not going to watch you. I'm not going to go out of my way to root for you. I'm going to root for my team. I'm going to root for a team that I like watching. I don't give a damn about anybody else.
Do you guys think that Tennessee could eventually become an Alabama? Is that a possibility at the University of Tennessee?
Not at the rate we're going.
I don't even think that's plausible for a whole lot of programs. Because look at Clemson. Clemson's been really good. Is Clemson? Have they reached that peak? Have they ever been as good as Alabama has been lately?
I don't know, man. That's
Not for
this long time. Yeah, I was gonna say not for the
They're 5 years in it though. Like for the last 5 years, and that's a long ass time. Alabama's been this good since Nick Saban's been there for what, like 10, 12, 13 years.
Something like that.
So Deshaun Watson,
they're definitely on the rise. Like they're exactly what Alabama was.
It took a lot of.
It took everything they had for Clemson to beat Alabama.
Two times.
Yeah, and Alabama, but I'm telling you, this stretch by Alabama from when Nick really started to get it going
07,
to now is the greatest dynasty era of college football for one single team that has ever happened and might ever happen. It's the same. I mean, we as Titans fans, we have to deal with the Patriots. They've been doing that shit for 20 years. Finally, Tom Brady left town. Now he's in the NFC, thank God. But it's the same thing. I don't think Tennessee. I don't think anybody will ever get to this again. I mean, it's just crazy to think. It's crazy to think that somebody else could go on a streak longer than a decade and do as good as Alabama has year in and year out. He's got more first-round picks than losses in the regular season.
By like double.
That's wild.
That's stupid.
That is a stupid stat. I have not heard that stat.
And Tennessee's last first-round pick, who was that? Jawan James? Who just got cut by the Broncos?
Yeah.
I mean, for real, like it was some kind of offensive lineman got drafted like 8 years ago. But that's my point. I just not just Tennessee. I mean, Clemson's doing their damnedest, and I mean,
but they have a great coach. They have Dabo.
Absolutely.
Dabo.
If anybody can do it, it's going to be Clemson because they're already basically there. Can they sustain it for 10 more years?
But I mean, even think about it. Go back to the '90s when like Nebraska was really good, like Penn State. Penn State was great for a long period of time, but they never had a decade where they were the best every year in and year out. And I mean, other than LSU in 19 and a couple games here and there where like they lost to Ohio State in one of the first college playoff games. I mean, Alabama has been
in the playoff every year.
They're top tier, not just in the playoff. They are the team to beat in the playoff.
Yeah, it's like who's going to play Alabama in the national championship.
I just don't know if anybody's going to, and they're not done. I mean, it's not
I
like
wish they were.
When does Nick quit? Like, how do you stop coaching if you're Nick Saban? Like, I feel like a lot of coaches, it's like when do I quit? It's when I'm kind of out.
Lose passion.
Yeah, but when
maybe
you're winning,
go back to Miami and try to coach.
And try to do it. It goes right back.
I learned a lot in my Alabama days.
At age 68 or whatever he is.
I wish he would quit. I mean, just retire. Like
if they'd have given Drew Brees in the NFL, he might still be in the NFL.
That's one of the craziest things in the world to ever think about. Between him and it was Drew Brees and Dante Culpepper, and Dante was coming off a knee injury, and Drew was coming off a shoulder injury. And so they were like, "Oh, well, we're afraid that Drew can't throw the ball well anymore." I mean, we know that's not right.
Yeah.
And then Dante Culpepper went on to just really not do shit for the rest of his career. And I love Dante Culpepper.
He was good for a while.
I loved him. Him and Randy Moss together with the Vikings. They were fun to watch. But if you go back and you change that scenario, just that one scenario in NFL history, think about how much different everything is. Because if Nick gets Drew, how much better are the Dolphins? How long does Nick stay at Miami? He never goes to Alabama. Alabama winds up with some
They're us now.
Oh, yeah. For real, like the last 10 years could have been so much better.
I love this
That's what
alternate
I'm
universe.
I know. We need to build some kind of machine and get to it.
Man,
This sucks.
So we can blame the Dolphins for our.
I blame Dante Culpepper.
That is wild to think about, though.
It is.
That's like the butterfly effect or whatever that movie, you know.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you change one thing and your current.
I've
changes.
heard that movie's good, but it's Ashton Kutcher and he's not acting like Kelso from 70 Show. So I don't know if I can watch it.
You're out. No, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. Like, if Drew Brees goes to Miami, is he still Drew Brees though? That's another question.
Oh, that's true.
Sean Payton is a great coach and a great offensive coach.
And then New Orleans never wins the Super Bowl after Katrina.
Oh.
That shit was rigged.
rigged.
Because you could tell. I mean, like, I hated the Colts, but even Peyton, I mean, you could see Peyton Manning in the championship, in the Super Bowl. He was, like, upset. I mean, he was mad when he walked out there, and it was like somebody told him, hey, Peyton, you lose today.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, legitimately, there are little things that happen like that in the NFL world that make me think, man, this shit might be rigged. And that, which, don't get me wrong, I loved it for New Orleans. I don't mind the Saints. I like Drew. I like Sean Payton. But, I mean, that whole situation is really weird.
Going back to college football, do you guys SEC favorite? I guess Alabama.
Yeah. Possibly Georgia, maybe if they decide to finally play.
Man,
Yeah, what happened to Georgia, man? They got good for a few years, and then
they recruit all this talent. They don't know what to do with it.
Right. I hate to say, I think Texas A&M is getting better.
Dude, definitely.
I want to see who takes over at quarterback though, because Kellen Mond was a big part of it.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
and I don't know what they have next.
He was like their Josh Dobbs, you know what I mean?
He really was.
Well, they have a good defense, so they'll definitely be in most of their games.
And Jimbo Fisher's a good coach.
He is, yeah.
He just shows up every year with a good team.
You better be for 10 years, $75 million.
Yeah, he's getting paid like it.
75 a year.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Kentucky, if you talk to Kentucky fans, they think they've got the best defense in the country.
I mean, they got a good defense, though.
I know, but I don't know if it's the best in the country.
No.
But,
they had a few good drafted, so they're going to be a little
they're
younger.
going to be hurting this next year, probably.
I think the Cowboys got one.
Cowboys got two of them.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the cornerback
Two and a half. That one dude was huge.
Or defensive tackle.
Yeah. So, I mean, Kentucky's defense won't be bad. I don't know what to expect out of Emory Jones, but I think Florida's going to put up an insane amount of points. And a lot of people around college football say Florida's defense is going to be much improved this year. I don't know how much I believe that, just because, like Tennessee's defense, they're going to be on the field a lot, so their numbers aren't going to look good. But if they play good half the time when they're out there, I think Florida could be a really good football team, even though it pains me to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Florida could be really good because Dan Mullen knows how to put up points. If the defense even halfway shows up, I mean, they gave Alabama a pretty good run in the SEC championship last year. That's not a bad football team. And Dan Mullen is one of the best coaches in the SEC.
Well, they lost two playmakers that's going to be hard to replace. So.
Absolutely.
With Kyle Pitts and Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, I think.
And then their quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean,
the team probably goes with Emory Jones. Then I'd say if he plays well, Florida's going to do well. If he doesn't, Florida's not. That's kind of what I could.
I mean, I agree.
I mean, because he's kind of a question mark. You know, like we don't really know what to expect from him.
Somebody had him in a mock draft for next year, going 6th overall.
I did see that. Yeah.
Somebody's drunk. I don't know what it is. Yeah, because I mean, even if he was that good, you feel like he would have got more playing time this year. You know, this past season.
Yeah.
Because Trask, don't get me wrong, Trask was really good, but Emory would come in a little bit, but not very often. If Emory Jones was good enough to be the 6th overall pick in the draft, you would have thought they would have used him in a couple more packages.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they were willing to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think Emory Jones is going to be that good. I think he can be good. I think he's going to put up points regardless, but I don't think he's that good.
I think Ole Miss maybe could be a dark horse.
If they can play any defense.
Yeah. They're in the exact same situation.
Yeah.
With a better offense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, their offense, dude, they fucking go, bro. My bad.
No, we can cuss.
Yeah. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, God damn it, God.
Dude, that game against Alabama last year was so fun to watch.
That was
Alabama.
insane.
They were onside kicking it every fucking time.
That game was on
so they could score
cocaine.
more points.
Yeah, because they knew they couldn't stop Bama's
Yeah.
defense. So like, fuck it, we don't care if you get the ball or
70 or
not.
30, it don't
yeah,
matter.
we don't give a
Yes.
damn. I mean, for real, that's what they
Yeah,
did.
I know.
And I don't blame
It
them
was
because
amazing.
yeah.
And they almost did it.
Yeah, they tried to keep up with it. It was that.
I'm just imagining Lane Kiffin like walking into the locker room being like, "All right, boys, we're not playing any defense tonight.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
First one to 100.
Offense, you're gonna have to just keep fucking scoring."
And they made Alabama's defense look like children.
Yeah, they did. Hey, there was one play too, and I don't remember who the receiver was, but there was one play where he beat his guy on a double move, and the receiver's like 10 yards up the field, and he watches his receiver. He's not even looking at where the ball's been, like to the quarterback or nothing. And the receiver does his double move, and as soon as he sees the way the safety moved, he puts his hands up in the air. Quarterback ain't even thrown the ball yet. Quarterback throws it, touchdown, straight in his hands. It's like a 75-yard touchdown. And I mean, he sees all this shit before it ever happens. He's an offensive genius, but their offense is insane. If they just outscore people, they might do pretty good. But I don't know what their defense.
Don't we
is
play
like.
them this year in Tennessee?
Oh my God! Could you imagine
I'm terrified.
the points?
I'm
I'm terrified of Bowling Green. Because if we don't win by 30, it's like fucking here we go. It's like what's Georgia State all over.
Yeah,
again.
yeah. I was about to say, what was the team? Or there was a team when you guys had Dobbs. It was like, this is the year Tennessee.
I was at that game.
This is the
Appalachian
year.
State.
Yes, yeah, it was App
I know,
State.
barely though.
14
But
to
yeah,
7 or
it was-
17 to 7.
It was such a bad game.
Dude.
When
Yeah.
Dobbs fumbled
At
in
least it won.
overtime, and then Jalen Hurd landed on it, I could see. I was in that
my
end zone.
gosh.
He fumbles it. I can't tell you. My heart dropped. Sank in my hands. I was so scared. I was like, we just lost to Appalachian State.
Now is that so? This is not a probably good podcast. Is that when you were on TV? Is that the?
No.
That was the Indiana
No. That
game.
was the we played Indiana.
That was the bowl game.
That was a bowl game.
Yeah.
He was with me.
Yeah.
We were actually in Jacksonville for that, and right as the game started, something happened when the game started, and the lady in front of me, I hope she's watching, I broke her glasses. Like, I threw my hands or something and broke her glasses. She was already pissed off at me. The Indiana people behind me, they hated my guts. Because, I'm obviously obnoxious and very loud, so it took them about 10 minutes after they sat down to figure out that they were not going to have any fun that day. And Indiana beat the shit out of us for like 50 minutes.
We got so lucky.
We did. We really did. And dude, those last couple minutes, that's what
You
really.
didn't see it. You were too busy stuck in your phone.
I was watching that game more. Bullshit.
As soon as he knew he was famous, he was like,
No. That's not the timeline. When I found out I was on TV, I was on my phone because I was like, oh my God, what the hell happened? And then after that, we were still losing. We were still getting our asses handed to us. And so Tennessee started making a couple plays. We had the onside kick. Eric Gray gets in for a touchdown. And then I started to lose my mind. I was watching the game.
he was losing his mind because he was getting Twitter famous.
No. Later that night, people were like, these big people on Tennessee Twitter, they started like saying, oh, he's the reason why we won. He brought the fire or some shit like that. And so then they started retweeting my name, and then that's when shit blew up. That's when I started getting followers. At first, it was just like people I don't even like talking to on Facebook was sending me messages. They were like, oh, hey, we saw you on TV. That's great. Watch the game. But like, I had a couple buddies that hit me up, and they were like, dude, you're on TV. And I was like, oh, that's hilarious. I thought it was funny. And at first, I thought they just kind of panned over me. I didn't know until later that they had actually caught me losing my fucking mind. It's a whole 10-second clip. Oh my God. It's like a whole 10-second clip of me having a stroke.
Dude,
I'll find
so
it.
mad.
I'll
I
find it.
swear to God. But that was the Indiana game. I've been to Neyland about 5 or 6 times. It's pretty far away, so it's kind of hard for me to get to it. Plus, I work a lot on Saturdays. But I've been to as many away games away from Neyland for Tennessee as I've been to at.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Because I went to the Battle at Bristol. Both games in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
We beat Iowa in 2015.
We killed them.
Beat the dog shit out of them.
The
Man.
Gator Bowl, is that what it was?
Yeah, Gator Bowl. Tax Slayer Bowl it's the
used
Tax
to be.
Slayer Gator Bowl.
Yeah.
2020 or?
It was right before COVID.
It was
so
like
yeah.
16. Wait, when we played Iowa?
No. When we played Indiana, he's looking for the video.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Wait, are you looking on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Man,
do you have the video?
I'll say there's highlights.
Oh my goodness, he's hilarious. He's literally like screaming like,
at the. All right, so ACC teams, Clemson probably.
at 100%. Nobody's got a chance.
I think Miami's not that bad.
Doesn't have. They don't. Okay. They're not. I'm not saying.
Miami could do it, I think.
If Florida State can get their quarterback, Florida State can get their quarterback situation figured out, they're not terrible.
They got a lot more problems on offense. That offensive line still scares the shit out of me because they haven't been able to block since. I mean, even when Jameis was there, he was running for his life.
Their defense is finally starting to round.
Their
up.
defense has got talent all over the place. Florida State shows up with like recruits. People want to be Seminole, and I get that. I mean, that's a top tier program.
I mean, when you're in Florida, you're gonna get good recruits. I feel like that's having lived in Florida, I understand it now because it's like even the high school kids at like the local Venice high school. It's like, yeah, this kid coming out, he's a 5-star recruit, and I'm like, he plays at a public high school in Venice, Florida. Like, yeah, he's gonna go to Michigan State. I'm like, what the fuck?
Was it in football?
Yeah, I think he was actually a 4-star, but
okay.
But that's the whole thing. He got his scholarship pulled because of some bad shit that he might have got into with underage girls.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, like right up the road from me in Sarasota is a really big high school, like a prep school.
Sarasota's a pretty good one too.
Yeah, like it's a prep school in Sarasota. It's called like IMC, I think so. It's where that Trey McKitty guy went.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a pretty big hotbed for high school football. I mean, then you get down in Miami, it's even bigger. So.
Dude, Miami could probably just get the kids out of Miami and squad a decent football team.
Well, that's what they used to do.
Yeah,
that's how they won like what 5 championships in the 80s. Man, yeah, no, Miami. If Miami. I mean, we lost a few guys, but other than that, I'm saying we, but
yeah,
they lost a few guys, but I mean, they still got Derek King. He looks like he's gonna be a beast.
Yeah, he was good.
If he stays healthy, I hope he stays healthy.
He played well last year. Did he get hurt last year?
Yeah.
I think for yeah.
Oh, really?
Didn't he transfer from somewhere?
Yeah,
Houston.
Houston.
He was somewhere else before.
He was. Yeah.
When he was first to Houston, they were saying that kid could be like a first-round pick. I mean,
right.
He's got stupid talent.
Mm-hmm.
He probably, I mean, if he had like a really, really good year, he probably could still make it
in the first round. Yeah, absolutely.
Probably like a Lamar Jackson situation where they're just trying to get the 5th-year option.
Yeah.
I think people go crazy over quarterbacks too in the draft.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, we saw it. Yeah, with
true.
Mac Jones, or even freaking Trey Lance. The guy plays 16 college football games
in
or
the
something.
FCS.
Yeah, and he's the 3rd overall draft pick. I hope he does well, but that was crazy.
I mean, he'll probably win Rookie of the Year just because San Francisco is a really good team.
We're forgetting actually might be the front runner, the UNC, North Carolina.
They're not bad. They're not bad. Dude, they had like a pretty good recruiting class for, I feel like, North Carolina football standards.
Mac Brown is built for shit.
He's recruiting his ass off. I mean, and they're playing damn good football. They had 2 running backs drafted.
Yeah.
Both of those dudes went nuts last year. And I love Michael Carter. He was one of my favorite guys to watch, and Javonte Williams was the better of the 2. And he went to Denver in the 2nd round. I think North Carolina, and hell, they got the quarterback, Howell, he's really good.
Yeah.
But
probably the first quarterback off the draft board.
It's either him or Rattler. And I keep looking at these mock drafts for next year because it's like a drug. You can't stop.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have Spencer Rattler going first and then Howell going second. And then I've seen a few with Howell going first. But I really think Howell's the better quarterback in my mind.
Well, I mean, Rattler hasn't really been on the field a whole lot.
He played
decently last year, too.
What jumps out about him, though, is he's got crazy arm talent. I mean, the ball just flies out of his hand. He's got velocity. He's pretty darn accurate. He's got some athleticism to him. And NFL teams love that shit. They're just like, hey, we don't really care what you did in college because we feel like you're the puzzle piece that fits in our offense.
It's the Patrick Mahomes effect.
That's exactly what it is.
He has a little bit of athleticism. He's got a rocket arm. He didn't play much in college.
But you know why the rest of these quarterbacks are like that? They don't fill out like Patrick Mahomes. First of all, they don't have Andy Reid. Second of all, they don't have that offense around them. And third of all, and this is something that a lot of people forget, Patrick Mahomes sat for like a whole season before he played.
Exactly.
And I think that made a huge difference in his ability just to learn the game before they threw him to the wolves.
And he might have one of the greatest arms in the like. He's a generational talent too, which helps.
I mean, you got go ahead.
Oh, he got to sit behind Alex Smith too, which knew the offense for Kansas City.
I feel sorry for Alex Smith.
Man.
Oh man!
If Alex Smith wasn't playing so well, he wouldn't have sat that first year.
I know, but
because even after Alex Smith had that MVP type season, they still moved on to Pat Mahomes. So you know he's good.
I remember watching a preseason game. I don't remember who they were playing, but it was the Chiefs, and I was just curious. Watch Patrick Mahomes see how he threw like this corner route. And it was literally like the most perfect throw I've ever seen. It was like off his back foot, and it just like landed right in the basket. Oh, I watched that one throw. I go, yeah, that guy's gonna be pretty good. And that's why when they moved on the next year, Patrick Mahomes was my quarterback pick.
Oh,
I was like, I'm fantasy drafting the shit out of him.
I told people, like especially people that did like the whatever the fantasy is where you keep the team.
Oh, the keepers.
Keeper leagues and stuff like that. I told people, I was like, look, if you're stupid if you don't go get Patrick Mahomes. Now, the first year you might not because they have Alex Smith. But if you got a keeper league, this is a guy you can go draft in like 9th, 10th round, and you've got a franchise quarterback. And I know some people thought I was crazy. And even Mel Kiper, when they drafted Patrick Mahomes, it was Mel Kiper or somebody else that was like, oh, his footwork's horrible and he doesn't know what he's doing and he's too erratic. That dude's insane. Yeah, he does all that shit. And he still beats the crap out of people. Like, I mean...
He can throw with his left hand on the
weird.
run.
You don't lose
No,
arm
not
strength.
looking.
Like, he could be twisted up and still...
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Super Bowl throw where he's literally
he's like
lateral with the ground and still throws a perfect throw.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yeah,
He was the first person I saw throw a no-look pass.
Dude.
And just the balls to do that.
To throw a no-look
pass.
pass.
Just be like, hey, guess what, bitch? Just
Against the Ravens.
Oh,
it wasn't
yeah.
against nobody.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't like the Lions defense or some shit.
It's like, did Travis Kelce, how long did it take him to realize that ball was coming to him? Like, did he know immediately? Or was he like, oh shit, he wasn't looking at me?
I think Travis Kelce could wear a blindfold and catch that ball. He just
probably
knows
could,
where
yeah.
to be, and he just puts it. He's great at what he does. And I don't even think Andy Reid tells Travis Kelce what to run. I think Travis Kelce. I'm serious. Yeah, no. Him and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick says, "Look, you get open. I don't care what the defense is. Just find the hole in it. Sit down here. I'll get you the ball. You get 4 more yards to first down." That's all they do.
And then Travis Kelce catches it, runs for about 10 more yards.
Yeah.
And next play, like Tyreek just fucking runs fast as you can.
Oh my gosh, some of those plays where they run with Tyreek where he's like probably 30, 40 yards down the field and just doing this. Basically, and the quarterback's just like, fuck it, I don't even want to keep up with him anymore.
Well, and when they were in the first Super Bowl against San Francisco, there was like 3rd and long. It was right towards the end of the game, and Kansas City was making that comeback. Patrick Mahomes walks over to the offensive coordinator, and he says, do I have enough time to throw jet wasp or whatever the play was called? And Benimi, the offensive coordinator, they had to go back and they had to explain when he said time, he didn't mean time in the game. He meant time from the pressure. And this is a play where, like Tyreek Hill, they're on the right hash. Tyreek Hill runs all the way across the offense, stops on a dime, runs back the other way. And it's like he's 30 yards over in the other direction, and he's 40 yards up the field. And so Patrick, he goes back, and of course one of the Bosa brothers, whichever one plays, I think is Nick.
49ers.
Yeah. He's right here in his face, and I mean, dude, Patrick Mahomes just flung that son of a bitch. But if you go back, it's like a 10-minute clip of watching how they talk about this play, and how Patrick's like, do we have enough time to run it? And then watching Tyreek Hill, and then them actually explain that like why he's running this route. He got wide open. It was under Emmanuel Mosley. But Emmanuel Mosley played his ass off.
He's not bad.
He's a great football player. But, I mean, it's Tyreek Hill.
Exactly.
But Tyreek Hill was open. It's across the field. It's 50 yards up the field. Just to make that play, to have the balls to make that play. Patrick Mahomes allows play callers to do stuff that they've never been able to do before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. And giving that to Andy Reid. Oh my God! Like Andy Reid just went home that night and he just probably like sat down in his chair and he said, "All right, fuck it, let's win like 6 Super Bowls."
While he's sipping his glass of wine.
And if their offensive line doesn't get completely crashed last year before they play Tampa Bay, I'd like to see how that game goes. I mean, Tampa Bay was the most physically talented team in the NFL last year.
They were ridiculous.
They got everybody. They got people everywhere. They can run. They can throw. Their defense is great. They didn't leave. They got everybody back.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to leave.
The only thing I'm hoping is Tom Brady's AARP finally starts to run in. Like, I mean, he's just at some point, that dude's got to stop playing like he's 28 years old. At some point, it's just got to work.
I mean, he don't have the arm that he used to by far, but he's still accurate as shit, and that's what.
He's got Mike Evans.
That's what
Chris
wins football games.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
Ronald Jones. I don't know if Antonio Brown's still there or not.
He came back. He came back.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they all did. Fournette.
Gronk.
Did they sign the Ndamukong Suh back too?
I'm pretty sure everybody came back.
All 22 starters in the Super Bowl are back. They're the first team to ever do that, I think.
Yeah, that's great.
And the Cowboys playing the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw people were taking the Cowboys in that game, though.
And those people have lost their money. No offense.
I don't think it's a bad bet.
Right.
I don't think it's a bad bet.
I mean, they could put up 50 on them.
The Cowboys have a good offense.
But their defense are going to go up 70. So
I don't know, man. I always felt like their
gonna
defense
come
was going to
alive.
get
I
it
think
together
so.
last year. I always thought they were going to get it together, and they just never did. They got Dan Quinn now, though. I mean, he's a good defensive coordinator.
They do have Dak back and healthy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And their defense really started playing well now.
Y'all ain't gonna talk me into thinking that Tampa Bay gonna lose that game.
They shouldn't. But I would
somehow Tom Brady always seems to find a way to win, even if he throws 3 interceptions in a game. They're still winning.
And the beginning of the Bucs year last year, like it was like, are they gonna make the playoffs? Are they not gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah, they got just absolutely boat raced by New Orleans like week 3.
Dude, they lost to them both times.
Yeah, and then beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. The first game was a no contest.
Oh,
it was just a blowout.
It was like 28 or 30 something, nothing. I mean, they beat the shit out
at
of
halftime.
Yeah, but I will say, I was watching the schedule release on NFL Network, and of course Michael Irvin's on there, and he said, you know how Michael Irvin is. He's just so, enigmatic and everything. He's like, the Cowboys got Buccaneers week 1. The Cowboys gonna bring it. And he's just, he was excited about it. I think it's awesome. I think it's good for football because Cowboys.
There's a lot of good matchups week 1.
Absolutely, and I mean the Cowboys have one of the biggest fan bases in all of professional sports.
No, we're number 1 most valuable football team in the
I believe that.
The
stadium's like $10 billion.
I mean, no matter where you go, there's Cowboy fans.
Yeah,
there's literally a guy up the road here that has a Cowboys mailbox. I was like, is this like Lee's brother or something? Like,
did Lee move?
Yeah.
And Tennessee's wild too because people forget we've only had a professional franchise for a little over 20 years now.
That's it.
So I mean, a lot of people that are just a little bit older than us, they grew up
without a football team.
Yeah.
Steelers fans, Cowboys fans. Yeah.
There's a few Falcons fans around here. I know a few Falcons fans, which is weird to say.
That is weird, yeah.
I know a couple Packers fans.
Packers, yeah, very.
They always come from
Broncos fans, a few Bears fans.
That's true.
So.
A lot of people like Brett Favre. I think a
lot. Actually, I know a lot of Packers.
Me too.
Yeah.
I know a Bears fan. A couple.
Between our fantasy football league, there was like two or three.
Yeah,
Packers
that's true.
fans
Actually, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, we had 2 or 3 Packers fans.
I don't think I've ever met a Bears fan in person.
I got a family member who's a Bears fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I know 2 Bears fans in person, but they're both from Chicago, so I don't know how.
Yeah, you can't really count that.
Yeah.
Wheeler's.
Yeah.
I knew another one. He's a Bears fan.
Well, since we're talking about Chicago, Illinois, Big Ten.
Well, we're talking about college football.
Yeah. I mean, who do you guys think? Ohio State? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Indiana. They played pretty well.
Yeah.
Tom
Allen?
Tom Allen. I almost said Tom Crean. That's the Georgia basketball.
Yeah.
He did coach Indiana at one point.
Yeah, I think maybe it was a red team.
Yeah, fuck it. No, but their coach really knows what he's doing. They do have a good bit of talent. They got Michael Penix.
Yep.
Got to make sure you say that right. He was committed to Tennessee at first.
Always are. They
It
always
wouldn't
are.
have mattered.
you
It
know?
wouldn't have mattered if he came to
He
Tennessee
would've done
because every coach that's been at Tennessee for the last 20 years or however long Jarrett Garantano's been here, they've done Jarrett Garantano. That's what. And even
It does seem like
it
seems like he's been there so
I'm not
long.
talking about it.
There's so many.
Casey,
Okay.
you gotta understand. He's good at practice.
I don't give a fuck.
There's like all those like college quarterbacks. It seems like they've been there for like I feel like Sam Howell has been a senior for like 6 years now.
Dude,
I feel like Garantano has been at Tennessee for 6 years now. I feel like Brock Purdy has been at Iowa State for 26 years now. Like I'm just like, where are these guys graduating again? Like
it seems like Nick Saban's been at Alabama for 100 years.
yeah, it does. Yeah,
it's like
Get
at
outta
the end of
here.
every season, Garantano sucked, and they're like, start of the next season, Garantano's our guy again.
Yeah.
Like, how?
And Josh Dobbs and Jarrett Garantano were on the same team at Tennessee. Josh Dobbs has already been on the Steelers, on Jacksonville, and back to the Steelers. And that's how long that motherfucker was in a Tennessee uniform.
and
Have fun, Washington State. I'm glad it's gone.
I'm gonna say, and it didn't use his eligibility this year.
We thought, dude, if he would have stayed, I would literally be crying.
All right, so Michigan, we assume, is not gonna.
I don't believe in
their defense
Harbaugh
is
for
always
shit.
good, though.
Yeah.
Their defense always
If
is
they-
what
they-
keeps
they-
them in
formula
the
offense.
game.
I would say it seems like they can never just get over that hump,
If only
and that
Tennessee
hump is
had
Ohio
that.
State. But
Nobody can get over that hump.
I think Penn State can be pretty good.
They were
Man,
not good last
They
year.
have,
I
they
keep
have a
waiting-
hard time
that
producing
bad.
offensive talent.
I keep waiting for
Yeah.
James Franklin to
Beyond
just
college.
really turn Penn State around, and it just hasn't
He
happened.
needs
It
Saquon
hasn't.
Barkley back to do it.
Man, I mean, yeah, that would help, wouldn't it?
That wasn't a smart move for him, I don't think, James Franklin.
What?
Going
With
to
Penn State
Penn
coming
State.
off all the.
That Vanderbilt was gonna
Paterno
rub off.
stuff.
He did what he needed to do at the perfect time.
But
I
Penn
think.
State, really? Like, come
Well,
on.
good job.
he would have been good anywhere. Well, I get what he's saying though, because
But
all
after-
the shit
yeah.
touching kids and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was the next coach. I'm like, why would you do
That,
Well,
that?
they-
that
no,
does
they
seem
had-
like it. Yeah,
They
that's
had,
That's a little sus.
who was the Texans?
might be why he
coach?
has the leash
Bill
on.
O'Brien. Bill
Oh,
O'Brien was
yeah.
there.
That's true.
But God, he sucked in the NFL.
I mean,
yeah, Bill O'Brien was right after that, wasn't he?
Oh,
and-
yeah,
and
'cause then he went to the
and
Texans.
Then they fired him. And then,
No, he didn't get fired. I think he just went straight to the NFL.
Well,
didn't
yeah,
he?
he went. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, just making sure. Yeah.
Well, they weren't gonna fire anybody that was willing to coach that team.
Yeah.
Not after all that shit.
yeah, like,
No, for real.
well, and then now here we are with the Texans again, where it's like, who's going to coach that team because Bill O'Brien ruined them, and then that Dave Culley or whatever his name
It's like
is.
special team coordinator or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. And then just everything that came out was Deshaun
I'm so
Watson.
happy
Oh
I'm not
my
a Houston
god!
fan. Could you imagine being a Houston sports fan in general? Because the Astros was cheating. The Rockets. I'm serious.
They traded.
The Rockets have let everything.
They
go.
just
They
quit.
won pick.
Yeah.
They got the worst record in the NBA. They're gonna-
Congratulations.
Yeah, best odds.
You get the best odds at having the
Yeah.
first
They got
pick.
Kenyon Martin Jr.
Yeah, and then the Texans are falling apart. They're so bad. They're going to be so bad.
They're gonna be so
Man.
bad.
And then they drafted Davis Mills in the third round, who they took him like 2 or 3 rounds before anybody else was looking at him, and he's probably going to start for them. That's such a bad situation. I'm so glad I'm not a Houston fan.
Me too.
I mean,
Man.
and it's like funny too because a few years ago, they could have won a Super Bowl. Like with the
Oh.
when J.J. Watt was in his prime,
Absolutely.
if they had a quarterback, they could have won a Super Bowl.
Well, remember they had a 21-point lead on Kansas City.
And blew
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh my God, I totally forgot
I
about
mean,
that.
like they were, and now a lot of
In
that
the
was
first quarter,
Tyreek
I'm
Hill
pretty sure.
screwing himself out, but yeah, no, it was like the first quarter, 21-0.
And then
But-
the Chiefs decided they wanted to play, and then they
Yeah.
came back and
Like,
won.
oh, yeah.
Obliterated them.
We'll spot you 21 and still win. Watch.
Yeah,
Still went by 20. I don't think they scored again. It was
Oh, I
like
don't
50
know
to
that.
24.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I mean, imagine being a Houston fan in general, because the Astros, they were winning the World Series. Nobody knew anything about it. And then the Rockets, they had Russell Westbrook and some pretty good players.
James Harden, yeah.
James Harden, that's
Clint
the other
Capella.
thing.
They
Good
traded.
thing.
Clint Capella, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course the Texans are real good. We don't talk about soccer because I don't know shit about soccer. They might have a soccer.
The Dynamo,
Houston Dynamo.
You
is
could
that
say you could call them the Squirrels, and I
that's what they're called, the Houston Dynamo. Hey, they got a good kid. I remember
Oh,
his name's he's a Canadian, I think.
There
Yeah, they
you
got a
Houston.
good kid.
Go
You got-
Canada.
Yeah, you got a Canadian soccer player. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah, I
pretty sure it's that guy.
God, I hate to be a Houston fan.
That's rough.
Because the last few years have been awful.
Is that all Houston sports? No, they don't have a soccer or a hockey team, so.
Do they not? Houston?
No,
I mean,
I almost said Dallas, and I was like, no, dumbass.
Close enough, Texas. It's not that big.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
Wisconsin?
big Wisconsin, you think it?
I mean, maybe. I think
Maybe.
they'll be all right.
They show up with a good offensive line and a running back every year.
Yeah,
I mean-
it doesn't matter.
I mean, really, Iowa.
good
I mean,
defense.
Iowa's always Iowa. I feel like they could,
What you have is
sold.
you have Ohio State,
and then everybody else.
and then you have the one team. I think Minnesota's an underrated team. I really like their coach. I forget his name. I love him though.
Minnesota, PJ Fleck.
PJ Fleck. I love PJ Fleck. I'm huge on PJ Fleck. And I don't think Minnesota will be that team, but it's always Ohio State, maybe one other team that's playing really, really good until they have to play Ohio State. And then
Like Northwestern.
everybody else. Yeah, and then it's
True.
just everybody
It
else.
was Indiana last year.
Yeah, or
Yeah, it was
Indiana.
Indiana. I mean, and
or-
it could be Northwestern Indiana or any of those
It
teams.
could be Purdue. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That-
Purdue beat the shit out of them. Rondell Moore had like 300 yards that game. It was like
That
42
dude
to 20. They beat the shit out of
That,
Ohio
was-
State.
yeah. Was that last year?
Big
The year
Big
before.
Year
12.
before, yeah.
Yeah, Big 12.
So that'd be like Oklahoma probably.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
Texas.
assuming. Yeah,
It's
I'm
gotta be
assuming
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy from Texas, I don't know his name off the top of my head, but the quarterback that took over for Ellinger, he played a hell of a game when he came in.
I couldn't tell you.
I can't think of his name now, but he
They're
came
not
back.
gonna
He
really
came
do
in and did
so.
really well. So he was from Texas, and he originally went to somewhere else, or maybe no, his dad was an Oklahoma State quarterback, I think, and then he went to Texas, and he's kind of sat behind Ellinger the whole time. But
I mean, Ellinger's been pretty good.
yeah, he could.
Texas is always back
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
I mean,
until
how many
they're
times?
3-4.
Exactly.
They're kind of like Tennessee in a way with Philip Fulmer and get rid of Mac Brown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
After
it.
that, they kind of regretted it because
I wonder what made
Yeah.
Mac want to come back and coach. Because part of that was his retirement. I mean, like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
wanted to
true.
leave. He wanted to be done.
I mean, if you love
And then
football,
there's a
it's
coach
hard
in
to
waiting
say,
by
and I
the
think he's
name
from
of,
North Carolina.
I think that's what.
who was the coach in waiting for Texas? He went to
Char-
Florida.
South
Charlie,
Carolina. No, South
Will
Carolina.
Muschamp.
Yes.
Yeah, Chip Muschamp. He was supposed
He
to.
was awful.
Yes.
I know.
That dude has
Oh,
something
yeah.
ass
He was
everywhere
an
he's
offensive
been.
coordinator for
I was thinking
years.
Charlie Strong. That's who I was
That
thinking.
he was at. Was
He's-
he at Texas too?
He was
Is that-
at-
Yeah,
he was-
he was
USC.
at Texas, and then he went to South Florida, and then he got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was supposed to be because Muschamp was supposed to be the coach in waiting at Texas, and then he went to Florida
Yeah.
at the time, and then they
He
hired
got
Charlie
fired from there.
Strong.
Yeah, and then somehow got a job with South Carolina.
Yeah, I got a job in South Carolina. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Texas is always back.
It's got to be Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's really the only one I can think.
Use that microphone.
That's the only one I can really think of is Oklahoma. I mean, maybe Iowa State. I don't know. I think Iowa State could do it now that I'm thinking about it.
I bet that's loud as shit right next to your face.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope y'all like that on YouTube.
We just lost all of our viewers.
How many's here?
You're right. 2.
2?
Oh, nice.
How y'all doing?
One of them's Mandela.
Say hi to the chat.
How do you know?
The other one's Nikki.
Oh,
No, I'm just guessing.
Say hi in the chat if you're watching.
Oh, that's true. She is watching it. We should all watch it on our phones next time. That way we can have
What, make
at least,
ourselves
like-
feel better
Right.
about
Well,
the
I mean, if we have 7 viewers, it'll be like, oh, at least 7 people are into this. Let's check it out. It'll,
Right,
you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody watches a video with no viewers.
I'm going to be mesmerized because it's slowly sinking back down.
Oh my god.
No, just leave it now. I'm down for this. I got something to pay attention to. Man, I blame it on your table.
What's
I
the
think it's
the worst table.
conference? Pac-12.
Oh, Pac-12, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oregon. A lot of people think USC might be good.
That's it. USC's
Every
always
year,
back.
I know.
Yeah, right.
But I think it's Oregon. Dude,
Come
That's-
on, Thidaboo.
he is a beast, bro.
This,
He will be. He
That's
might not
not
be the number 1 pick in next year's draft, but he will be the best player in the draft, in my opinion.
Yeah, Oregon. I think Oregon too. Yeah.
They get a lot of recruits.
Who was the
They're
other
very
big time
under the
player they
radar.
got? The
Oh, shit,
defensive player.
I can't remember.
Maybe Arizona State, Herman Edwards and Jaden Daniels.
There's nobody else in the Pac-12.
I like Herm Edwards. I like Jalen Daniels. I don't really mind Arizona State, but I just don't
They're not
think.
really bad, but they're not.
I think
good.
Oregon's going to be really good compared to everybody else.
That's how I feel too.
And I think USC's going to come out and they're probably going to beat the dog shit out of somebody the first week
Man,
that
they're
they're supposed to be.
8-4, 9-3.
Yeah, and it's going to be the same old thing.
And how was Clay Helton still there, or Todd Helton, whatever his name is?
Todd Helton was first baseman for the Rockies.
Well,
He played at
which
Tennessee.
Helton was it?
Yeah,
Clay-
he graduated
Clay-
Tennessee. Yeah, he played Tennessee.
Who was his little brother that was the offensive coordinator at Tennessee?
See, that's what I was thinking on that. That's what I thought
Clay
they
Helton.
were. Clay.
Yeah.
No, we had Tyson Helton. That was Tyson.
Yeah, it was Todd.
I thought we had
Clay's
Clay
the head
was the
coach
one from
at
USC.
Okay, okay.
I
Clay's
thought
head
he
coach.
came over.
Oh,
Yeah, no, his little
Oh.
brother did too. His little brother was like a wide receiver. He helped.
Wait,
Gotcha.
so he's still at USC though, right?
He went back to
Little brother?
USC.
No, the head coach. He's
No, yeah,
Helton.
Clay's still there as far as I know.
Yeah, okay. I think he is too.
And they were going to hire Cliff Kingsbury last
Dude,
year.
how do they keep, like, every year is his last year, and he does nothing new, and it's every year, like 3 years in a row, he's like, they've been talking about getting a better coach or
Who,
firing.
USC?
Yes.
Well, you got to think about it from their
I
standpoint.
mean, they got Graham Harrell as their. I don't know if the chat can hear me. They got Graham Harrell as their OC. I think that he could be a good coach.
I mean, he was a good quarterback, decent
Yeah,
quarterback.
good college quarterback.
We played
Oh,
Texas
hey.
Tech, right?
They got Keaton
Yeah.
Slovis. He's pretty good.
He's supposed to be a first-round pick next year.
Yeah, he's a pretty good quarterback. He was a third round or a 3-star guy. And he
He's
turned
good
out to be
enough to
pretty
make-
good.
Daniels transfer, JT Daniels.
Yeah,
That
he might
is-
have been the better quarterback.
That's kind of
That
like
might be
right
Georgia's.
away, but oh well.
Hey,
It's
hey,
probably
he's
what?
going to be really good for
It's kind of like right in the middle of the. But oh well. Hey, if it stays up, I don't
Hey, that's
care.
perfect. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
it's not
It's out of
hitting
the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think USC could be good, but I feel like I say that every year. Like I'm like,
They could be really good. They could go 5-7.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
really think they'll go 5-7, but
I mean, Washington was good for a little bit. Now they're kind of going.
and they lost a lot of their defensive
Yeah.
backfield because the Titans drafted all of them.
So yeah, I think it's definitely Oregon.
So
and
what
then,
about?
then they lose their quarterback too, Washington. Easton, maybe, from
Oh no, that was
He
last
came-
year.
Oh,
yeah,
Jake-
that was,
Jake-
yeah, that was a
Georgia.
year
Jacob
ago.
Eason, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays for the Colts now.
The Colts, that's right.
That because when Phillip Rivers retired, you know, everybody was talking about who the Colts are going to get a quarterback, and I remember a lot of people were like, "Jacob Eason's a beast, man. Jacob Eason." I'm like, if he was a beast, he'd probably be starting over Phillip Rivers.
Do they still have Brissett? Do the Colts still have
Yeah.
Brissett?
No,
No,
he's
they're
a Dolphin now.
Really?
Yeah, he went to
Yeah.
the Dolphins.
I didn't know
free
that.
I guess
agency.
that-
I don't know.
He's
Shows how much we care.
Well,
Two-
I mean, I'm not like looking up Jacoby Brissett on
Yeah,
Twitter.
yeah.
Like
he's
I do.
to his backup.
That's
He
cool.
did rather well with
He's.
the
I think
Patriots
Jacoby Brissett's a great.
when he was in.
I think-
Oh,
I think
well,
he
was
could've
the
done
third
well with the
stringer and still
Colts.
had to
Yeah.
play that year a lot.
He
'Cause
got
everybody
got
hurt.
signed by the Colts because of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of that year. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, we had 3
We'll
current
take it.
viewers and then one of them left.
Oh.
How
Whatever,
fucking
man.
dare you?
They'll never know.
Shit,
It was
you
probably
missing
Nikki.
top
No,
tier
they were probably
content.
like-
She put down her phone real quick.
Oh.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
that's probably somebody I clicked on. I was like, oh, sorry, misclick, wrong video. Like,
Oh, this isn't.
Shit, I'm gonna get it back to
no,
3.
no, that's a nope.
This isn't hot hentai, babes. Some Asian ass
So-
porn. What is this? There's 4 guys in a room.
So am I supposed to look up Asian ass porn? Or
No.
am I, I know I'm gonna click on us. Yeah, hell
Give us
yeah.
another
We got
viewer.
one more viewer. What up, bitch? I had to mute it because I
So
don't
let's,
want to
let's
listen.
talk about your team, Justin, the Chargers.
I mean, we are probably gonna be a decent team. I think we could go 8-8.
I mean, no, 17 games.
Oh yeah, so it'd be
8-8
probably
and
8-9. Honestly, if I had to guess, yeah.
I think the Titans are good for 10 or 11.
I don't know. Y'all was in a lot of them games last year with Herbert.
Yeah.
playing
Yeah,
good
but
football.
new quarterback, new coach. It's Staley. He's defensive coordinator for the Rams. I don't know.
That defense was nuts, though. That Rams defense was really good last year.
And our defense is really good. Like we have Derwin James back this year. We got Joey Bosa.
Melvin Ingram still?
I would say that's why I can't remember if we re-signed Melvin Ingram. I know he was up. I don't think we re-signed him, but we got Tillery. He did really good last year. He's kind of our Jeffrey Simmons. He's
Big
like
guy.
our version
Big
of
guy,
him,
yeah.
basically, where he was like kind of hurt out of college and stuff. But yeah, I mean, we could be really good. We could be really bad. I don't really know what to expect from the Chargers. Like,
I seen y'all sign Jared Cook. He's probably
yeah,
one of the oldest tight ends in the league. But he's still
That dude
producing.
still put up.
I'd take it at this point.
Yeah, he's a
Second
good.
stint with
He's a
us.
good guy. I think
For the money, especially for money wise.
I think.
I'm still surprised they didn't get Antonio Gates.
I mean, we still. Yeah, right. He comes back. He's like 82 years old. No, I mean, we still got Keenan Allen. We still got Mike Williams. I mean, we should be good. It's just, I don't know, man. Last year we lost a lot of games because of bad coaching. Like, I felt like we had no time management whatsoever.
Yeah, I saw that a few times.
Yeah, so it's like maybe, and I like Anthony Lynn, so I don't know if it was necessary. I mean, it all falls on him, but I don't know if it was necessarily his fault. I always liked Anthony Lynn, but I mean, yeah, it was time for a change.
Yeah, I remember him blowing quite a few games last year, just in dumb ways.
It's
You guys could have won 3 or 4 more games.
Yeah, I mean, we could have won the Saints game. We could have beat the Bucks. I remember watching that game.
That was a close game.
That was a close game. We could have beat the Bucks. We could have beat the Saints on Monday night. We should have beat the Saints on Monday night. I think they won by a field goal.
Man, I will say, regardless, the Chargers, y'all got a young quarterback that is exciting to watch. He's gonna put up points. I think even if the Chargers do go 8-1 or 8-9 or whatever, even if they are kind of around 500, I still think they're gonna be fun to watch because I'm still a big Mike Williams fan. They got Josh Palmer, the receiver from Tennessee.
Oh yeah,
Keenan Allen's obviously the most underrated wide receiver in the league,
by far.
Yeah.
other than maybe Dante Adams.
I think they have that similar playing style where they're both very
They just
good
get
route
open and
runners.
they
Yeah,
catch
they're
the
always
ball.
open.
They just come to play. You don't hear much.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Off
that's
the
true.
field of them.
Yeah, but
They
I
got
mean,
Joey Bosa.
Joey, yeah, but see, I think people know about the defense. I think people know that the defense can play. Derwin James, I think
He's good.
if you don't know he's good, you don't know football. But the offense,
And we got him at 17.
I'll do that if I want to torture myself. I'll go back and look and see who's the Titans
It's
drafted.
I think it was the year you guys took Dory Jackson.
Yeah,
that
no,
was a couple picks after. We got that was like a
Yeah. I would say you got him like so. I mean, no, you didn't pass him up, but
We probably wouldn't have drafted him.
And he was projected to go way up and fell down. He was
I
in
think he
the
was like a top
10.
5. Yeah.
it was like
Like
Florida
5.
State.
Yep.
Yep.
When even like when the Titans took Dory Jackson, like T.J. Watt was on the board.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh,
You know what I'm
He
saying?
went like the second
At least
round.
y'all didn't take
Or
Taco
one of
Charlton.
those,
yeah, right.
But I mean,
Taco Charlton. So the Cowboys took and T.J. Watt sitting right there.
Oh my god.
Man, I mean, I know it's like an imperfect science, but do you think like NFL scouts and stuff do this too? Like where they go back and they go, "What the fuck was I thinking?"
yeah, right after they get fired. They got plenty of free time.
Like I thought,
Why did they fire me? This is why they fired me.
why did I think that T.J. Watt wasn't going to be good?
Well, it's not like he was the only one. There were people before him who didn't choose him too.
Yeah, I mean the draft. Aaron Rodgers got drafted.
Yeah.
The Cowboys passed him twice.
And he sat for 3 years.
They had
before,
2 picks before 22. They got DeMarcus Ware, which that was a really good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really was.
But I think the other pick was a defensive lineman or something that was DeMarcus Spears or some shit like that.
It
They could have picked Aaron Rodgers.
that's one way to just
Kill
if
yourself.
If you really want to put yourself into pressure or some shit like that, you can do that.
I mean, we can do that with the Chargers too. Though we took DJ Fluker like mid-teens. I think it was like the same spot we took Rashawn Slater this year. He didn't work out. We took well, no, maybe we did do pretty good actually. Now I'm thinking about it because it's like
The linebacker was it Ingram, Melvin Ingram.
He's
yeah,
good.
he's good.
Obviously, Joey Bosa. Justin Herbert.
Gordon, Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, I mean,
From where y'all got him at? Y'all got him in late,
yeah,
early second or late first?
I think it was late
second?
first. Yeah,
He was good though.
he was good. But running backs, you know what they are.
Yeah.
They're a fickle bitch.
I mean, a couple of those years, if you ain't got Melvin Gordon, y'all may not have won as many games as y'all did before Herbert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was one of those guys too that had a late start. I don't think he had a touchdown his
He didn't
first
score
year.
touchdowns first year.
Yeah, and then he ended up scoring a bunch like the next year or something like 14 touchdowns or some shit like
And
that.
I know this year, like just a few weeks ago, he was complaining about how, like right before the draft, he was talking about how people don't respect him enough and how he's not given like his due. And then of course the Broncos drafted Javonte Williams in the second round. But it's like Melvin. Here's the deal: you didn't score a touchdown in your whole first year. Now your other years they ain't been too bad. You're not a.
But
bad
he's also
running back.
got injured.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's not. he's not Adrian Peterson, Brian. You know, it's like,
Right.
dude, chill out. Play your game.
That was the worst move he could have done was hold out that 1 year. In my
It
opinion.
did. I think it did. I think it really hurt him.
It
Yeah.
did.
If you're not
Same with
Le'Veon Bell, yeah. If you're not Le'Veon Bell, I don't know if it works out too well.
I don't think Le'Veon Bell came back the same guy.
Well, he got paid though. He got paid a lot.
Still
of
got
money.
paid, but
I don't even think I don't
there.
think it's Le'Veon's fault though. Adam Gase didn't like him.
Miami.
Yeah, well,
New York.
the Jets. Well, yeah.
It's Jets, yeah. Even worse, the Jets.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Wasn't Adam Gase in Miami?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
How does Adam Gates keep getting jobs?
I don't know.
He's got to be done now, right? Like, there's no way. Maybe an offensive coordinator job.
At this point, if he got
Did
a
the Jets
coaching
still
job,
have him, or did they fire him?
They fired him.
Yeah.
They got
wow.
Robert Saleh now.
That's
Yeah,
right.
dude from the
Yeah.
Niners.
I like him.
who's the guy
That's
that
it,
everybody's mad that still didn't get hired? The Chiefs offensive
Benini.
coordinator.
Oh,
Eric
Benini,
Benini.
yeah.
It's like
yeah.
nobody wants him or something.
Be in it. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people bring up the skin color. It's because he's black.
I don't think it's that. I mean, there's plenty of like Robert's. I don't think Robert Saleh is white. I'm pretty sure he's like.
I think he's like a foreigner.
Yeah, I think he's like.
I mean, if you coach,
Well,
if you
I mean,
can coach, you
I
can
don't know
coach.
what he is.
I think he's like Middle Eastern.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's not getting a job at that level of football because of their skin color. Now,
I think everybody knows he don't call the plays.
maybe he does call some of the plays,
So,
but I think maybe in lower levels, maybe that the skin color thing is an actual issue. But when you're talking about people getting head coaching jobs, now I don't know how the Texans arrived on the guy they got. I don't know how some of these teams picked a guy like when the Rams
I
first
think
got
the
Sean
Texans
McVay.
just have to be because nobody wants that job.
That's true. But like when the Rams took Sean McVay, I was like, who is this kid? And he's like 32 years old. And I can say kid because he's 32. Or he was at the time. So, I mean, sometimes there are situations where like that happens. But Eric Bieniemy, I think it's kind of insane to think that he ain't got a job because he's black. I think he ain't got a job because other teams have seen other people and they think they're better candidates. And I don't think Bieniemy wanted
He
to
might
take
not
it.
want to leave either. I mean, that's a
That's
possibility. I think.
Right.
Like he might just enjoy
I mean,
being an
why
offensive
would you want to
coordinator.
Take
go
it easy.
from coaching Patrick Mahomes to
Having to deal with Sam
whoever the
Dave-
Texans coach might be or whatever?
Davis Mills.
he
Yeah.
might be waiting for that perfect opportunity.
And I wouldn't blame him if he wanted.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, he might not want to coach where he might want to choose where he coaches. Like that's probably why the Lions have Dan Campbell as their coach because who the fuck wants to coach the Lions? Like,
With Jared Goff and no offensive line in front of him. Well, they do have a few. now.
Ragnow, yeah, he's a pretty good center, but
We'll see.
Decker, I think, is their tackle's name. I mean, it's just
Is it me or is it kind of crap? Like when a star player wants to get traded, it's like the team trading him just kind of has to take what they can get for him
Yeah.
just to get rid of him,
Yeah.
just because he wants to leave.
Yeah, but they don't have to
Like,
trade him. But at the same
right.
time, it's like, why keep him on your team if you know he's
well.
gonna be
I think
there?
what it is like maybe not all star players do this, but to me, I feel like the star player probably goes to the team first, says something, and then if they ignore him, then he goes public, and then that drops his value.
Yeah.
So if the star player went to the team, said, I want to be traded, the team just trades him. They probably get a lot more for him because...
Nobody knows he wants out.
Yeah.
It just looks like a blockbuster deal.
That,
get you.
that
That
just
makes
don't
sense.
happen a whole lot.
No.
I think a lot of times they don't even talk to the team. They're just like, agent, I want to get traded. Post it. You know,
Exactly.
make it happen.
And then they get 22 sexual assault allegations against them. I'm not saying that the Texans, made that up, paid some people to make that up.
The
But
timing of it.
the
is
timing of it's a little...
because you'd hate to sit here and act like you'd hate to sit here and say something about those women didn't have anything happen when something might have happened. You'd hate to feel that way about somebody when you don't really know what happened.
Yeah.
But the timing of it makes it seem like a lot of this shit just came out to make Deshaun Watson look bad. Now, I don't have a horse in the race. I just assumed Deshaun Watson never played a football game in my life. All right? But it kind of sucks when you see either one, a young person's life get destroyed, whether it's these young ladies or it's Deshaun Watson. Somebody's life is being destroyed, and it's wrongful either way. But the timing of it makes it seem like if this shit happened, it should have come out when it happened.
I mean, if it's like one or two, But 22, like,
That seems
come on.
egregious.
I know, I get it.
I mean, how many
man.
massage parlors is this guy hitting?
Oh,
That's
exactly.
And he's got just as many coming out saying that that's not Deshaun Watson. So that means there's like 40 women involved. Half of them are like, hey, he didn't do anything. And the other half are saying he did something wrong. So, I mean, there's a lot of massaging going on in Houston.
yeah. Like,
They must. Never mind. I almost made an Ohio State joke. Y'all saw that, right?
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
That was
That'd be dis-
that came out like right when we were leaving Florida. I think it was like a massage therapist that
got
was
Oh,
yeah.
I heard they were transgender. Or was that just a joke? I mean,
No, I wasn't transgender.
Oh, no.
no. They just fired a massage therapist because she been
Ohio State?
shagging a kid.
Yeah, she is.
Apparently, I think
It was only like
they
5
were
of them
paying her.
apparently that came out and said that they had sex with her or did sexual things with her. But yeah, that's fucking Ohio State, dude.
my god.
Oh man, what if she comes out and she says Justin Fields got her pregnant or something?
There goes the Bears dynasty.
And then there goes another Bears quarterback.
Yeah, but Ohio State's got another one. Hey,
Yeah, right.
give that one a contract.
All right, I gotta go. All right, I gotta go to dinner
Oh, okay.
with the parents.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm hungry too.
All right, but
It was fun.
yeah, I know, man. I wish we could do in-person shows all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, y'all start liking, subscribing. We'll make
I
enough
know,
money to
leave
do
us
this shit in
something.
person.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Tell us what to
Yeah,
talk about.
yeah. Make enough stuff happen. We'll make it happen.
Please like and subscribe.
Please. God.
I want to be able to retire.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna beg you like Deshaun Watson begged those therapists.
Oh.
All right, I'll see you guys.